Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay. This is Coloring Bliss, and today we are unboxing and enjoying these brand new to me DécoBrush metallic permanent markers by Karin. They are beautiful. This is part 2 of a two-part series two-part live event. What we do here at Coloring Bliss every Wednesday is we have a live event. If you haven't joined us before, welcome, and you need to come and be with us every week because we have a lot of fun here at Coloring Bliss. We do product reviews, coloring tips, all kinds of fun coloring type related things. And today we're talking about these Karin DécoBrush metallic markers. I've had my eye on the Karin markers for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger and got this set of markers. And so we're playing with them. I just swatched them. The first part of this two-part live event was over on Facebook, and we spent an hour over there swatching and kind of seeing how these act. A little bit of water. We tried different kinds of paper. I'm going to show you all the swatches, get you caught up, and then we're going to dive in and do some coloring together. So welcome. I hope you're having a beautiful spring day. It's been a beautiful day here in Utah. Finally, the sun has come out. I had a neighbor bring me these beautiful spring flowers, so I thought I would bring them up here to the art studio and let you enjoy a little taste of spring from Utah. So hopefully you enjoy that, and hopefully you're all healthy and safe. And speaking of that, there is a special link in the video here in the description. We'll talk a little bit more about it at the end of this video, because typically we don't talk about politics and religion here on this channel, but I wanted to mention that on Good Friday there is a special worldwide praying and fasting together for the end of the pandemic, and there's a Facebook group that you can go and check out where you can learn a little bit about this, learn about what is fasting and how do you fast and how do you pray for the end of the pandemic. And what's really cool about this is it's like a non-denominational, even people who are not religious are participating in this because everybody's so worried about this, and we just want it to end. And it's a really great way to come together as a worldwide community and pray and fast and hope for an end to this. So if that's something that you would be interested in participating in, follow the link in the description and go participate. So that is going to happen this Friday, April 10th. And it's pretty cool. So Steve and I will be participating. I can't personally fast because of my health, but I will be praying with lots of intent and thinking about it all day. So yeah, so we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video, but I wanted to mention it at the beginning too, in case you can't hang out to the very end. Okay, the next thing I want to mention before we actually start coloring with these beauties is I have some new coloring pages for you and a new one for you to come download that's free. So with Coloring Bliss, we have 2 ways for you to come and get some free coloring pages, well, coloring pages in general. We have the premium library, which is for all of our paid members to access my coloring pages. We have over 500 coloring pages in there now, and what we do around the holidays is we pick 1 or 2 out and make it available to our free members for a limited time. So there's this page that we colored together last week and made as a limited time free download. So come and get this one. And I wanted to show you how this one we colored together last Wednesday, and I wanted to show you how that turned out. We were wondering if that little blob of liquid pearl in the middle would collapse, or would it stay like a little pearl, like a little button, and it definitely stayed like a little pearl. So that's pretty cool. I love how that turned out. So yay! So you can come and get that as a limited time download to celebrate spring and Easter. And then we just released this one as a gift from us to you to help celebrate Easter. This charming little bunny that I drew about 3 years ago. So you can come and download him as well. This is the one I'm going to be coloring with the new Karin DécoBrush metallic markers here in just a minute. And then I drew 2 brand new pages for you. I wish I could have drawn more, But I think partly because of the spring storms that have been coming through and partly because of the extra stress that's going on right now, my pain level has been unusually hard and my headaches have been unusually more intense, and so I haven't been able to draw. But I did get 2 drawn, so I'm happy about that. This is the first one. So if you're one of our paid members, it's only $5 to become one of our lowest membered paid members, and you get access to all the new art and all the worksheets and everything. So come on over and you can support Steve and I and our little family business here, and you get all this beautiful art. So this one says, "Hello, sunshine." And the reason I picked that phrase is because the sunshine has finally come out here in Utah. So that's why I picked the phrase, and it has some fun pansies around the edges. I wasn't feeling really great when I drew this one, so I wish the pansies turned out a little bit better. That's my only sadness about the pansies, but it's not too bad. So I hope you enjoy it and enjoy coloring some pretty pansies. And then this one, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It says, see the good in all things. And it was inspired by a vintage Christmas card, actually. And it was of a little girl and her cat sitting in a window. The window was closed and they were looking out of the window together. And it kind of made me think of all of us right now, how we're all, a lot of us staying in home, kind of feeling almost a little trapped in home. And I thought, you know, how lovely of a thought that we can open our windows and look out at the beautiful world around us and see the good in all the things around us. And so I drew her looking out the window and with her little furry friend, because a lot of us are right now really leaning on enjoying the companionship of our furry friends. So this one is available if you have access to our premium library, one of our paid members. So come and download it and enjoy it, and hopefully it will give you a little uplifting feelings as you color these new pages that I have for you. Okay, and Steve just got back from printing off the bunny for us as we were swatching the new Karin DécoBrush metallic pens. We kind of tried it on different papers and decided Steve thought they looked better on a smooth marker paper versus a watercolor paper. So he ran and printed it for me on our marker paper. So we're good to go on that kind of paper. So let me show you. Let me get you caught up on these beautiful new pens. Ta-da! Look at this pretty packaging. And then in a minute, I'm going to show Steve the full set on dickblick.com and tempt him to buy us the full set. No. Okay, so these are the 10 metallic sets. So they have a lot of different sets. I'll show you guys that in a minute. And it came in this beautiful tin, which is really fun. Has a little card that's all metallic-y with all the instructions. And then here are the 10 pens that came with this set. And things I like so far about this set, let's look at the pink one, is that the color name is really nice and visible, printed right here on the cap. I wish that the color name was on both the cap and the body, but it's just on the cap. But what I discovered, which is awesome, is the cap is stackable onto the back. Really nicely stackable, so I'm not going to lose that. And then it has a Japanese nib very similar to the Copic nib on this end, on the working end. And then it seems to be a very liquidy, you have to shake it, kind of liquidy. So I don't think there's like a fiber, like the Copics have that fiber core that the ink is dripped onto. I think it's solid liquid in there, is my guess, because it has a shaker and you have to shake it up, and you're supposed to store these horizontally. So yeah, it's a very interesting new tool to me. And then we swatched them. Let me show you the swatches. So here I've swatched them on watercolor paper because the ink is water-based, although they say it dries permanent, which let's test that right now. I've got a water brush here, and this one's been drying for a while, so let's see if I can reactivate that. Oh, fail. Definitely reactivated that. Now I had to scrub it to get it to reactivate. but I definitely reactivated that. So not quite so permanent. Now these are the metallics, maybe some of the other ones, because as you read about these, some of the inks inside the pens are dye-based and some are pigment-based, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on here with the metallic ones. So maybe some are more permanent than others, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, shall we? Okay, so there's a link to the Karin DécoBrush metallic pens if you want to go check it out. I ended up buying mine from Dick Blick, but you can get them from Amazon and several other different sites. So just do your shopping and when you check them out. So these are the 10 colors, and then we tried them on black paper as well. Some seem to be shinier than others. Have more of a metallic sheen. They definitely are beautiful on black, really pretty on black paper, and they all have a silver sheen. The metalliciness seems to be a silver shine. Oh, that's our garage door. Sorry about that, you guys. So if that's important to you, I know some pens and markers have more of the shine in it is very much like the shine of the color, like it'll have a purple shine versus a silver shine with purple ink.
Yeah.
These tend to be like a silver shine on the purple ink. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Okay, then we moved over to cardstock to see if the inks looked a little different. And I activated them all with a little bit of water to see how they would act if you played around with a little bit of water. That's what the second half of the swatches are. So this is full, and this is with a little water, just so you know. Now, there's one line of markers I own that these are reminding me of, and that's these Winsor Newton metallic markers. So here I swatched those. They come in 6 colors. What do you think, Steve?
You see?
Moving it in the light. What do you guys think?
Huh.
Are they dupes?
Really pretty.
Are they the same colors? I don't know. This is what they look like. You get one end with this little bullet nib, tiny little bullet nib. On the other end, you get this giant bullet nib. So, double bullet nib. And that's the kind of coloring you get with them. Haven't used these very much. So I don't have much to say about them.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Jackie asked, could you use it as your paint palette and reactivate when needed?
Technically, they say it's permanent, but we just proved otherwise, didn't we?
Unless, I don't know how long it takes to dry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another good question.
Maybe it's 24 hours or something.
Yep, all good questions. So before we dive in and start coloring, let me show Steve the full set.
I got it right here.
Oh, Steve linked it up, so I don't have to show the...
Right here?
Yes. Okay. All right, so here we are on Dick Blick's website. I think, is this the metallics?
No, these are the...
That's just his site.
Brush Markers Pro.
Okay, so if you scroll down, Steve, keep going, keep going. Right there. See the set of 63.
Mm-hmm.
Click on that little code down there and see if it... Now look at that packaging. So the set of 63 comes with 60 colors. You get all the metallics, you get all the normal colors, you get all the neons, and then you get 3 colorless blenders as well. So the tip to tip that we demonstrated earlier, I'll show you guys too. You can do that with the colorless blender. So you could go from a full-on color to colorless or vice versa. Anyway, yeah. So how much money is it going for today?
166.
And I think it was a little less money over on Amazon. So maybe you'll have to go look and see if you can find. But isn't that packaging beautiful?
Yeah, it is really pretty.
A really classy packaging. They're all... Now, the problem, though, is that they're all standing straight up, and it says that you're supposed to stand them... store them horizontally. So you'll have to lay that box on its side if you get that box. But I love that it comes in a really nice case, so you can pick and choose out of that box and color with it. Yes. Did I tempt you, Steve?
Yeah, they're nice.
He's not that tempted. It's a lot of money.
It's not as much as I thought it was going to be, though.
Yeah, it's a really good value. I mean, you know, I don't know why we shouldn't buy them. I think it would cause a lot of joy, and it would give everybody watching like love and fulfillment in their life.
It would?
It
well,
would.
Then we better buy it.
I'm not manipulating my husband at all. Not at all. What do you think, Rose? Should we buy them?
Does Blick have them open stock, I wonder?
Dick Blick?
Yeah.
Ours, you mean?
Yeah, the Blick Art Supply.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're closed.
Oh, I know, but just wondering about if you were to try one and see if the colors are just as cool as these metallics.
Yeah, I'll show you some of the videos.
Uh-oh.
The calligraphers, when they do their lettering with them, it's just...
Justin
beautiful.
asked me a question. I'm not quite sure what you mean, Justin. He says, Steve, is water the same as using glycerin?
Oh. Yeah, that's a... Maybe clarify what you mean.
Do you mean for these
to
specific
activate? Maybe he means to activate.
markers?
So many questions. Clarify your question a little bit and we'll try to answer. All right, so we're going to dive in now and actually do some practical coloring with these Karins. They're all metallic, so we're going to get a very vintagey feel for our little bunny. Are you ready, Rose? Are you ready to color? I'm ready to color. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to put these metallic Winsor & Newtons back now that I've shown all of you the one product I think that compares the closest to these guys. And let's see what I can make. Let me change the view. There we go. Okay, so this has been printed on the marker paper, which is a really smooth, very thick cardstock is what this is. So it should work really well with this.
I just want to clarify something.
Uh-oh. Oh, he wants to be on camera for this.
Okay, let's clarify something here.
Uh-oh. Am I in trouble?
No.
Okay. Then go ahead. You can't do it with a serious face. What is this about?
Well, see, Nick said something. He says, Steve, let Jen buy them.
Oh.
And I got thinking, you know, it did kind of make it look like you have to get my permission. When in reality, most of the time, it's me wanting to buy them and she's stopping me.
That is truly the reality of what happens. So I'll give you an example. There's another product that we brought. The reason we made a Dick Blick order was an entirely different product than this one that we'll do another video really soon on. And then I created this big cart that was like maybe $300 or $400, no lie, worth of stuff. And then I went to Steve and I'm like, I need your help because we can't afford $300 or $400 worth of stuff. And we whittled it down and then, yeah. And he just lets me get whatever. You know, I explained to him exactly, you know, I think this is a good video. This is a good video.
That's what I told Nick. Haha, if you only knew.
Yeah.
She doesn't need my permission.
No. And I'll say, that's a good video. And he'll be like, all right.
Usually you're trying to stop me.
Yeah. And then he'll be like, are you sure that's all you need of that one pen?
You need more than that.
Don't you need more of those? And I'll be like, no, honey, I already have those, or I have some of those already. We don't need more. Are you sure? Because if we did the whole video with all of those, I'm like, but Steve, that's so many. And then when we were, I have to tell them about.
Uh-oh, what?
Okay, this is a good example. So we are still working on the battle of the watercolor pencils, okay? And we had, was it 19 sets? And I was like, this is not good. I want an even 20. So that we can be like, we have 20 pencils in the battle of the watercolor pencils. And so Steve's like, all right, well, I'll go look. And I had a whole bunch of them in the Amazon cart, you know, some that I were like, contenders. These are contenders. And all of a sudden he's all, okay, I ordered some. And he had ordered like 6 or 8 more sets. And I was like, Steve, I was like, get one. And he like bought like 6 or 8 more sets. He's like, well, you needed this one and you needed this one. And I was like, no, you wanted them. It was you.
That's true.
Yeah. So now we have almost like 30 sets to do. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
That was a long story to explain that Steve loves buying this stuff just as me. Oh dear, that was a funny, yeah, okay. So, thumbs up for my man who buys art supplies with me, everybody.
Yep, Lindsay's right. I enable your FSS.
He totally
you
enables
mine.
me, yep. All right, so let's do some coloring now. We've got this cute little bunny. We already did a blue bunny last week, so I'm thinking either pink or purple. So everybody vote for me. These are our two colors here. So if you'll vote, I'll show you the swatches. So you can kind of get an idea. And I want you to vote either this purpley color or the pink. Can they see it?
Kind of a lavender or a pink.
Yeah, here, the bigger swatches. This pink or a purple bunny. Okay, so you guys get to choose what color we do the bunny. Pink or purple. And then we'll do the tip-to-tip technique. We've already tested it once. This was blue to pink is what we did with the tip-to-tip. So I'll demonstrate that here in just a second and explain how that works. We'll get back on track here with coloring and not confessing our marital, what happens in our marriage behind scenes. Okay, so are we doing pink or purple? I guess I have to wait a second. Yeah. Will you hand me my water bottle while we're waiting a second, if you don't mind? Thank you, sweetheart. I'll take a little drink. Okay. That's better. Pink or purple, which will it be? I've got a watercolor brush. These are my Mimic by Creative Mark. If you're interested in a good little variety pack of watercolor brushes. We have our Amazon storefront that you can go check out. There's a link in the video description, and I think there's a watercolor section where these brushes are linked. They're a good little variety pack, so...
Tip to tip both. Oh, I don't know. It's half and half.
Okay.
And we have had a couple say both. And I'm wondering how they would work on your Tim Holtz mat, the glass mat.
Oh.
Doing the picking it up, from there technique.
Yeah.
I wonder how that would work.
Okay, so let's go in then. We'll kind of do both then. I wonder if they'll work well together because here they're very similar. So we could use the pink as the main color and then purple's kind of in the shadows and stuff. And then maybe we'll do blue in the ears or something like that. Let's see where this leads us, shall we? So what Steve was suggesting is using the glass mat here as a palette and picking it up. Someone else recommended paleting with these, so I think you're the second person to recommend paleting. Is that a real word?
Yeah.
It is now. Okay, Rose. She's so sleepy back there. Let's see what I can accomplish here. I'm trying to think. Do we just go straight in?
Tweety really wants green and gold.
Oh, that would be fun. We could do the basket, maybe green and gold if we have the time. Let's try Steve's idea. With a brush, you're saying? Or with picking it up with
I was thinking picking it up with the other marker.
But that works. We could wash the whole thing with a light pink. Yeah, the more you go over it, the deeper the color. That's interesting.
Does it lose its metallic when you do that?
Yeah. Well, except for the areas where I built it up.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Or what Steve was suggesting was you put your left foot in like that. That's the purple. And then you pick it up with your... Oh, that was weird. And then you've got purple that should come out first. Let's try that again. Pick up the purple. And then it should go to pink. But I think what's happening is when I touch down, pink is coming out into the puddle. Maybe I need to touch lighter. Or try a different color. Let's try silver. Yeah, see? Did you see? Did they see? Yeah, that's what's happening. Zoom down, Steve.
Let's see if...
Or that other view. Oh, it's going off screen. Go to that view for a second. That one. Watch now as I touch in. See how it's just leaving silver behind?
Yeah.
Can they see that? And then it's mostly silver that's coming out. So that tip-to-tip type technique that usually works for alcohol markers and water-based markers isn't working here.
Interesting.
But I can pick it up with a wet brush and paint with it.
But marker paper, and then it just... I think if you wanted a painterly look, then yeah, but if for the coloring with these markers, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that I like that one. Huh.
Steve doesn't like that one.
I don't like that one, Jennifer, in my professional opinion.
I feel like I'm going to be micromanaged for this bunny. Color micromanaged. All right. That was a good test, though. I'm glad I did it before we actually dove in. I'm checking to see if the silver is still there, the shine. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of shine where I built up. Interesting.
Oh, okay. So Justin, going back to that question about glycerin versus water.
Yes.
Said if I've used glycerin and it's water-based, the difference between glycerin and just water itself, is there a difference in the texture and how it blends gel pens together?
Yes.
So yeah, you would just want to use glycerin.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, and not water with gel pens.
Yes.
Oh, Polly just donated. She says, "Happy Passover. No bread or any leavening for 8 days."
That's right. We're at Passover right now. That's awesome. Happy Passover to you. That's really great. There's a video I wanted to watch and I forgot. What's her name that plays on Big Bang Theory? She did a special to explain what Passover is.
Layla?
Mayim Balik. I can't say. And I wanted to watch that and learn more about it. I did it wrong, Steve. I made the coloring page small and my face big.
Oh, okay. Did you want that one?
Either one. Okay, let's go in with, and I don't know why our kids keep opening the garage door. I apologize, you guys. So, let's see what's going to happen here. Now, coloring with metallic markers. Let's have a conversation while I start. We're going to run into some issues. You ready to hear the problems, Steve?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Metallic, in general, tends to be more opaque. So you got to be really careful going along the lines of the illustration. Metallic can be more streaky because you think about the glittery metallic shine, the silver. It's going to come up, right? We saw how it dried. First you see the pink and then you see that silver start to come up. So if you don't lay down an even amount or you don't do consistent strokes, all of that is going to show up in an extreme manner. So your consistent strokes are more important than ever, and avoiding going over the illustration lines are more important than ever. Now you can always go back with a black pen of some kind and lay in those lines again if you needed to. So it's not the end of the world. And then there's ways to hide mistakes. There's always ways to hide mistakes, you guys. But if you go into this knowing these things, you'll be less frustrated.
Laura asked a question. She says she has her 40th birthday coming up on Saturday. She's
Happy
mainly
birthday.
asked for money.
Good.
And wants to buy a more expensive pencil and marker set. What products do you recommend? I'm in the UK.
In the UK, so you have access to Derwent and Faber-Castell. You probably have pretty good access to Faber-Castell. So you're looking for pencils. My go-to is always Prismacolor because I love a good Prismacolor. I would send you to Polychromos before any of the Derwent pencils.
For sure.
They're standard pencils now. They're watercolor pencils. The ink tints, the Derwent ink tints,
those
are amazing.
And the graphitins.
So Derwent ink tints are an amazing pencil, but they are water soluble and dry. They kind of are not fun to color with. You can, but they don't have any light colors in the dry Derwent ink tints. So I would send you to the Polychromos. That would be a good brand for you there in the UK.
That's
Markers,
probably your second favorite pencil, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah.
Polychromos.
Yeah. Markers, that's trickier. It depends on how much money you want to spend, and are you looking for alcohol-based or water-based?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep moving. So,
someone recommended the Karin Pablos.
Karin Pablos, yes. Those are very much like Polychromos in the feel. They feel a lot like the Polychromos. Okay, so I'm just taking my time here, and then we're going to go back with our darker, the purple color that we're using for shadow. And we're going to lay in some shadow. And hopefully hide some of my streaks. We'll see just how streaky this is going to be. My hair is there. Hi, Rosie. Okay. I got very quiet as I was concentrating. What do you think, Rose? Do you like it when I'm quiet, or do you prefer when I'm talking? So, what is everybody doing for Easter and Passover? It's going to be a different kind of Easter. Or they were talking about how, you know, usually you get together with family, or maybe you go to a neighborhood Easter egg hunt, and it's a little bit different this year.
Yeah.
In our neighborhood, they've been doing a neighborhood bear hunt, and families have been putting like teddy bears, hiding teddy bears in windows and on their porches and stuff, and then you drive around the neighborhood with your phones and take photos of where you find different people's teddy bears, and then you post it in like the neighborhood Facebook group to say, I found your teddy bear, and so you can drive around with your kids and go on a bear hunt, which I thought was adorable and a great way to, you know, neighborly community type feeling. And anyway, I thought that was just a really cute idea.
Tweety says, dyeing my hair, I wonder if she meant magenta for Easter.
Oh, fun. I want to re-dye my hair purple. Too bad we can't get together and dye our hair together.
Jackie would like to see the back of the paper for bleed through.
Oh, good idea. We haven't even checked that. Thank you for thinking of that.
They're mentioning how purple it looks. But yeah, it definitely loses some of that red when it dries, doesn't it? It must be the silver.
Yep.
Kind of taken over.
It's definitely that. We had that debate over on Facebook whether this was actually pink or more of a red violet, and it's definitely reading more violet here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide how
Lindsay.
we're going to make it look more 3D. Right now she's looking very flat.
Yeah. Lindsay says she's going to buy a big honking chocolate bunny and not share.
Good for you. Oh. Mom's candy stash, right? My son, my teenage son, will come over and say, Mom, do we have any treats in the house? And I'll say, no. Mom, what do you have in your treat stash? And I'll be like, nothing. Mom, I know you have something. And I'll say, well, I do, but it's not for you. Oh dear. Steve even has a little treat stash. I've taught him well. I had treat stashes when I was young too, because when you've got 5 siblings, you have to have a treat stash. She's looking very streaky and very flat. Just, we gotta give her a little dimension and hopefully hide her streakiness. I have an idea, but we'll see if it's just gonna ruin her. Oh, sweet little Rose is starting to snore, you guys. She woke me up in the middle of the night last night. She was dreaming so strongly. She was barking and twitching and kicking, and she was right in the back and curled up in the corner of my back, in the small of my back, and was kicking and twitching and barking. And I sleep with earplugs in, and I could still hear her barking through my earplugs. And I was like, wow. Some dog is really getting, what do you say, the business?
Yeah, she's giving them the business.
Yeah.
Luminaria thinks that she looks a little furry because of the strokes.
Oh.
I thought that too. A little bit.
We'll have to work with that, huh? Like I always say, you guys, you don't fight the properties of your tool. You got to work with them. So we'll see if I can work with that. If you're enjoying me struggle with the first time using this tool, make sure you hit a thumbs up. I'm such a YouTuber. Okay. I guess I should do her paws real quick.
Good.
Easter. I love Easter. I think it's because it's spring. That's
It's
really
always so nice coming out of winter around here.
Winter is like the end of winter around here is so hard because it's so, everything gets gray and dirty with the old snow, and because we're kind of in the mountains, it lingers, and it just, when you think spring's here, it snows again.
That's what it's been doing to us lately.
And I think too, because of my pain, it's triggered by these storms. And so I'll be like, yes, that's the last one. I know that's the last winter storm. I'm going to have a break from all these flare-ups now. And then it snows again. And you're like, no. So when it finally stops, it's just like, and then all of a sudden it's like someone pulls a switch and you're in summer. And it's just hot because we're in a desert. It's the weirdest weather. But I am grateful that Utah has, at least Salt Lake, has all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
So we get to have spring and enjoy the tulips and the daffodils, like my daffodils in the back. We get to enjoy that. And then we do have a summer and a long winter, and then we get fall too. We get pretty fall leaves and get to go up in the canyon and see the quaking aspens change and all that beauty. So I'm grateful for that. But I think this winter has felt extra long because of all the quarantining too. Extra cabin fever this year.
Libby says we call it mud season in Silverton.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. There she is, our flat, pinky, purpley bunny. So what I'm hoping now is if we use this purple on top and do some flicks, we've got a brush tip. So we're going to think about the properties of our tool. One, it's a brush tip, so we can do the flick. Two, it's leaving streaks, so let's amp up the streaks. Let's use those streaks. And three, this is darker, so we're going to get some shading. Excuse me, I am talking. Excuse me.
I'm going to reset this because it's kind of blurry.
Well, we can't have it be blurry while she's being adorable. She's the same color as the blossoms from that tree. Hello. So she does this every night to our bath mat when we come in to brush our teeth and get ready for bed. She comes in. Oh, she's got a blossom on her tush. Oh, sorry. You had a blossom on your tush. And she kicks and kicks on the bath mat, but she does it right on the edge, so she gets this tap, 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 like she's tapping her claws on the tile, and it makes this tap, tap, tap. Are you done?
Polly likes to remind her you can't dig to China.
Yeah. I don't know where you're going, but it's pretty cute. We like it. Polly likes it too, huh? Yeah. Okay,
Oh, yeah, the back of the paper.
Oh, let's look.
Oh, wow.
Impressive. Now, it's wet. Can you see the warping? Right there.
Where it's water-based, that's where that would happen.
Yeah, but no ghosting even. That's amazing. Now, again, this is our, what weight is this paper?
100 pound.
This is 100 pound. Our marker paper, which is really smooth. So this is good cardstock, not just decent. This is the good stuff here. But, oh, and look how horrible. Now the streaks are really...
Well, like I said, it kind of looks like fur, though.
But it's in bands. So let's work with it now. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this is the purple. Okay. It's really dark.
What if you were to blend over the top of it with the other one?
Oh, what's it doing?
Is it mixing?
Yeah. Okay, so we've laid down a layer. So I'm wondering if it's floating. It's floating, you guys. All right. See, caps start going everywhere. Let's play. Here we go. Okay, so we laid down some purple, and now we're using our pink and just blending it together. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere now in here. Same thing in the shadows. Oh, that was interesting. Okay, now.
Robin and Laura wonder if you want to add like silver or white.
Oh, yeah.
Like a white pencil, or they're wondering about that with the fur as well.
Okay. we're going to do that way. And then I like your idea of the silver or white, and we could go out that way. I don't know if I'm explaining my thought. What's it doing?
It's really interesting, isn't it? He has one really dark finger.
Okay, we're still learning. We're learning. Bear with. Bear with. Don't give up. We can always print again. We don't want to, though, because that was a lot of ink we just laid down. Oh, dear Jennifer. You have committed now. This may turn out to be a gingerbread boy for Easter.
Yeah, that purple ended up being a lot darker than I think what we expected.
Don't give up.
Looks like I colored it.
That was mean to yourself. Take that back.
I thought you were going to say that was mean to you.
No, you're a good colorer. She's looking like she played in some grape jelly. Like she dipped her fingers into the grape jelly and got it on her cheeks. It's drying weird, you guys. Uh-oh.
It really mixes weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, this may have been a really big mistake.
Karin thinks every season needs its gingerbread boy.
This
Robin wonders about using your finger.
Oh, good idea, because then we wouldn't be putting more and more paint down. Okay, we might be going in here. All right. Oh. Oh. Yes. Who said that?
Robin.
Robin. Thank you. Robin for the save. Okay. Now, we want her to look like her whole hand got dipped into the grape jelly. Not just one finger. Okay. And then Robin technique. Okay. Robin technique. Everybody should have a technique named after them. I have the Jennifer's Rule of Blending Thirds. Why not the Robin technique? Steve, do you have a technique named after yourself yet?
Nope.
We need to work on that. Are we making progress? I don't know if we are or not. I don't feel quite so lost anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, and smooth it out.
I don't know. She's looking more 3D.
Getting a little dimension there.
Okay. I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. But her ears are flat. We gotta make them look 3D. There's just no going back now. Okay, and then the Robin technique, which is hard when you have big fingers. But we can fix the background. Backgrounds are always savable, right? Or you can splatter paint everywhere if all else fails. So, okay, that's a little better. Now over here. Okay. Now pink. Robin technique. Okay, that's better. Liking it. Liking it. Okay, we were thinking blue for the ears, right? So what if we try something different now, not just go in with solid. Let's try the Robin technique. If we go like this and then smear.
I've seen you smear a lot with gel pens, but never with markers.
Well, these are definitely a different creature. These are more of a paint marker than anything. Okay, liking it. Now if we come up here and do the same thing. But don't let it dry too long, Jennifer. Got to get in there with the Robin technique.
Laura's wondering about using your finger on the dark purple rather than using the lighter on top.
Okay.
I wonder if it would be too dark or...
Without mixing any of the pink in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know that's why you were mixing, because you're worried it'd be too dark. But...
I'm liking this. I'm thinking some silver in the ear, you guys. That's why I'm leaving some white area. There's method to my madness. We'll see if the method makes any sense here. Maybe blue between the little tufts of fur. Steve and I used to have pet bunnies. This is making me miss our pet bunnies.
Oh yeah? Yeah, they were cute.
Yeah, but a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I think almost more trouble than the joy that they gave. Like now that we have a dog.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we ever end up as farmers, we could do bunnies again. Okay, now I'm going to see if the silver gives us a different look, or is it just going to get lost? More. Heavy-handed. Come on, be heavy-handed. Dirty? Does she just look dirty?
It's a little weird, isn't it? It's not quite blend. I wonder if you have to go over it with the blue or something. It doesn't blend.
Yeah, I was hoping to get like a lighter. Oh, it's looking worse as it's drying. Now she looks like, I don't know, like she needs to have a bath. Like something got in her ears. It's a little too much earwax for that poor little bunny. That's what
Katie's wondering how you're going to get ink off your finger.
Well, for a while we're going to love it, because look how gorgeous that is. And then we'll go and struggle with I have like 2 or 3 different kinds of soap now at every sink in our bathroom.
You could try I guess you could try. I wonder how the spatula you use for smearing with your gel pens, how it would work on this.
Well, it would definitely... Oh, yeah, it just slides on the top, you guys.
Or what if you were to use your paintbrush instead? Like,
ooh, what about a tappiness?
A little higher.
Tap, 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 tap.
A little higher in between.
Oh, sorry. I was totally into my tapping. Singing the tapioca song. Anybody know that song? If any of my sisters are watching, they'll know that song. Tapioca, everybody freeze! Slap, slap. Do you know that song?
Nope.
Oh, I gotta watch that movie. See if anybody can quote that movie. Slap, 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 slap. Slap yoga, everybody freeze!
I don't know that.
Okay. I'm in a weird mood. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, now I'm really... I'm deep into the Karin brush markers here, trying to try.
Still wonder about your brush. The paintbrush. Well,
okay.
Could you use a paintbrush instead?
Whoa. It's very shiny.
Yeah.
It's that silver was the shiniest of all the... Oh, and look at the fingers. Okay, now we're going to come back again with the blue. Because I think... Oh, see, yeah. You want me to use a paintbrush? Oh. Look at it slide now. Oh, pretty. Oh, that's pretty. Interesting. Okay, what about tap, tap, tap? Anybody quoted the movie yet?
No, but Libby says I need to get a handle on you. Sounds like a camp song to me.
Oh, look, it's looking pretty. I think I'm learning. So the first layer lays down sort of almost a non-porous surface, and then the second layer you can do like tapping and texturing. Look at, oh, that's
It's really pretty.
pretty.
When you do that, I like that.
Oh, okay, we're learning. Look at that. That's interesting. Ooh. Very like the vintage feel, like.
Now, Judith says that with the Karin markers, only the metallics need to be stored horizontally. The regular ones need to be stored vertically.
Oh, that's probably why the box is. But the box has both metallic and neon and regular.
Huh. And she says, and they're made in Poland.
Ah, I was wrong. Not Japan, but it's a Japan nib, so they must be.
I don't think anybody is your reference, whatever it is.
It's early modern Millie.
Oh.
Did I just age myself really bad?
I don't think so.
Slap, 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 slap. It's such a good part of that movie. All right. Loving those
really
ears
neat.
now. Yeah. Okay, let's take what we learned and move down to the bunny. Okay. A little bit of purple. Smear and tap. Tap, tap, tap. It's all about the tap.
Wow. Interesting.
Oh.
There you go. Starting to get a little dimension there.
But it's definitely not taking advantage of the brushed nib. But that's all right. Oh, we could put little pink cheeks on her if we had better pink. What do I have that could be little pink cheeks? Oh, this is so cute. Maybe the rose gold color. Oh, see? No, it's working. Ah, we have learned, and it's almost 8 o'clock, you guys. It took an entire hour, but that's the way it goes with the new product. Now I just want to keep going. We could do a cute bow, but it's all about the mess. Look at my pretty fingers. Oh, pretty nails, pretty fingerprints. I wish I could get hair dye like that. Can you imagine my hair like that?
Silver.
That would be so cool.
Shannon says, first embrace the smear, then tap, tap, tap.
Yeah. All right. And she needs more, like, we've just begun, you know. Man, she needs, oh, we could do black in her eye. Let's give her little black eyes. Oh, that's better, huh? Now she doesn't look quite so scary. And let's see, what for her nose, you guys? Copper or red gold? Red gold?
Yeah.
I think so too. Not copper. Red gold for her.
And Judith says they're non-toxic.
Well, that's good. Okay. And what we'll do is maybe a couple layers for her nose. Kind of lost her eyebrows. Oh, do I dare? I dare. Oh, shaky hand. Okay, but we want to give her some more whiskers, you guys. Or whiskers. Doesn't have whiskers at this point. Silver or white? Or both?
Hmm.
Do I have any sparkly white paint anywhere? No. No. Let's see what the white looks like first. The whiskers are up by the nose, right? Or no, don't they come from down here?
I don't know.
Okay, in my world, here we go. You can't be shy when it comes to putting whiskers onto the coloring page.
Is that going to be a new quote? Can't be shy when adding whiskers.
Oh, they're cute. Do we need more? Yes.
Yep, Stephanie did guess thoroughly modern milling.
Someone did.
Yep.
Someone else is here with me in the thoroughly modernness. Okay, now I've got the copper. Is copper going to be dark enough? Well, maybe the black? I don't know. Let's try that. Just a little bit of the black, just a little bit. And then tap, 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 tap. Trying to get some shading on her nose. Uh-oh. Now she looks like her nose is dirty. Did I just make her nose look dirty, or did I give it shading? I can't tell.
You could always go back over it with the...
True.
Seems to be layering pretty decent.
Layering is the key here, I think. Cute. Very cute. What I would need to do next, obviously, is more shading up here on the head so it has a curve and we get rid of those streaks. She's still looking streaky, but everywhere where we've added the tap, tap, tap technique, we've got more dimension and the streaks have disappeared. So one thing I want to check on here, silver, black, no, blue, is can we do, okay, I did a little spot, I don't know if you can see it, it's a little bit off camera.
You could cover over to the side of it.
There's blue right there, some of the blue ink. And I'm taking some water on my brush. I'm going to pick it up and we're going to do some spritzes. So we would do this at the end, but we're at the end of our hour, so I'm going to do it now and see how it spritz out, which you can definitely do that. There you have it. There's other ways to spritz off. Let's see if you can spritz right from the... Nope. That don't work. Let's see. No, that's not going to work. It's just going to transfer water to the nib. Sometimes you can, but that's what you do with water-based brushes. I mean, markers, not something different, so I don't want to ruin it. Okay. Well, that's an interesting experience.
What's funny is it...
I hate it and I love it all at the same time.
Yeah, because at first I thought I might want to use these, but I don't want to get my fingers dirty.
You don't want to look like this when you're done?
So if there was another way to do that tap, maybe?
Yeah, you could use, you could probably use a spatula or like an eraser, the end of an eraser or something like that to do the blending and the tapping. That's for sure. I love the spritzes.
I wonder if those, like those wedges that you use for pastels and stuff. Like
the makeup wedges?
Those would work.
The problem with those is they absorb, and what your finger does is it keeps all the ink, except for what's here, on the paper and smears it around. So, yeah. All right.
Shannon thinks the bunny looks guilty.
Yeah, it got into the blueberry jam. Now it looks like blueberry jam, not grape jam. Yeah, I'm on the fence. We learned a lot. That was a good learning. I still feel like there's some streaky. Like I said, if I kept working at it and blending this out, it would get rid of those lines right there. But where I worked at it, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I love those ears. Like,
yeah, and maybe on a mandala or something that isn't like where it would seem appropriate to have a streak of
right.
metallic.
Yeah, something that's not like organic,
a bunny where
you know?
you're like, why is it metallic shining there? You know, like if I had done the bow, for instance, with the metallics,
maybe
that may have been more logical.
Yeah, or the eggs or
Yeah.
something.
Instead of going straight for the bunny, but that's what I wanted to color, so that's what we did. But yeah, that's really an interesting adventure we just went through. We all learned a lot together. So yeah.
Robin mentioned daubers that go on your finger.
Yeah. And they have makeup spatulas that you can use, like silicone spatulas that you could use too. So, but I think a lot of us don't mind this, and I'll bet you it's gonna wash right off. I'm not too worried about that. I've only run into a couple things that don't wash right off, and usually by the next day it's gone. So I'm not too worried about it. So anyway, that's pretty cool. All right, so remember, you can come download this. It's free download. Happy Easter. And if you want to join Steve and I, we are going to be participating on Good Friday, which is this Friday, April 10th, with the worldwide Fast and Pray for the End of the Pandemic. It's really cool because it's a non-denominational, even people who are not religious are participating in this. There's a Facebook group that can teach you all about it, how to participate. There's really neat stories. People are sharing stories, uplifting things that are happening in their lives right now, and you can go and participate and just kind of voice that you're going to be joining and see what's going on in that group. There's a link for that in the description of this video. So go check that out if you're interested in participating. Like I said before, I can't fast because of my health. I can't go without food because of medication I'm on, and plus I would pass out and it would not be good. So when I fast, instead of skipping meals, I usually just pray and do more pondering about the thing that I'm fasting for. So, but you can go get ideas and see what the community there is talking about. It's really quite amazing to see people from all over the world and different religions and different, do you say theologies? Is that how you say it? Different thoughts, and how people are coming together to just, join together to uplift each other and at this time, and just, work together in prayer and in fast to hopefully show God that we want an end to this. And it's cool too because the prayer isn't just for the end of it, but it's also to support the caregivers and to support our governments and to support that our communities can get back to normal life and that kind of thing too, and recover. So it's a really cool thing. I think there's 4 specific things that you can pray for on Good Friday to help. So it's a really neat thing. I'm excited about it. So that's on Friday. And then, of course, Easter is on Sunday. So I hope you all find a way to celebrate. It's going to be a different kind of Easter. Those of you who are celebrating Passover, I'm sure you're experiencing it too. A different sort of Passover this year. So I hope you enjoy your Passover. And I hope you all just stay safe and healthy. And just know that we're all in this together, and that we have a lot of resources here with Coloring Bliss. We've got our Facebook group that is amazing. Lots of really supportive, creative, happy people there that are posting creative things. So if you're feeling in a slump and you need some inspiration, that's a great place to go. We've got lots of videos here on YouTube. So if you need something to binge, lately what I've been wanting is some company, like to feel like I'm not alone. And so I've just been running videos on YouTube and stuff just so I feel like somebody's there hanging out with me. And so if you need that, I ramble a lot in my videos, so you can just let me ramble in the background if you want to. And so that's there for you too. So Anyway, we'll be back again next Wednesday for our regular weekly live events. And we're still working on our battle of the watercolor pencils. That will be coming soon. And we'll see if I can talk Steve into buying the full set of these. I don't know if we will or not. We've got a couple other videos planned for you in that box that we got from Dick Blick, so you can look forward to that. And I hope you all have a wonderful... Oh, and thank you, Polly, for your donation to our channel. I would make Rose do a trick, but she's very sleepy, so we'll do that another time. Thanks, Polly.
Oh, and Shannon just donated.
Shannon did too. Thank you so much, Shannon, for your donation.
She asked when is the next partners
of
I Need Company Too.
Tomorrow is our next partners workshop. If you're looking for more of me, I don't know why you would want
coloring from you.
Yeah, so tomorrow is our next partners workshop, and the way we do that is Steve and I pre-record the workshops so that it's a little more planned and laid out and everything, and then we do a watch party together as a group, as a partners group, and we do that through Facebook. And so you can either watch the recorded version on your own at your own time, or you can do it together with us as a group, and I'm there and I answer your questions as we're watching the class together. And the subject this month is watercolor pencils, and we've been doing so many cool things. I think this is what we're doing. A sneak peek. That's all you get. That's what we're going to be doing tomorrow during the workshop. It's going to be really fun. We're learning so much. I have learned so much about watercolor pencils. I'm really excited for tomorrow's workshop. So that's tomorrow. So if you're a partner or want to learn about becoming a partner, you can, I think there's a link in the video description about our partner program, and that supports us, keeps us making more video content. But that's much more structured to teaching skills and very tutorial type, not reviewing products and experimenting. It's very tutorial type teaching. So if that's what you're looking for, you'll love the partner program. And there's like 50 hours worth of tutorials there and worksheets and all kinds of stuff you get with becoming a partner. So yep, again, thank you everyone who donated. And yeah, I think I can wrap up now, right?
Yeah, except that
Was there a question?
Shannon's son says hi. So.
Shannon's son, hello. Do we have a name? Or is it just Shannon's son?
Shannon's son.
Shannon, say hi to your son. All right. Are you going to say goodbye to everybody, Rose? She's sleepy. She's like, no, I want to go down and have dinner now. You guys all have a wonderful weekend and have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye, everybody.